conferences and media coverage. I sat down with Judy on July 11th, 2009 to talk with her. Judy, when I first met you at the trials, you were a very private person. You didn't want to talk publicly, but now you're a very public figure. You've been lecturing around the country and advocating legislative changes, and you've met with Clinton and Obama. How did that happen?
I'm just doing what a mother does when you hurt her children. I don't think I've done anything spectacular. I've told a story. I've kept Matt's story alive. I certainly haven't gotten the hate crime bill passed yet, not that it's solely my responsibility, but, you know, I don't think I've accomplished anything yet, other than maybe talk to the people around the country about losing my son.
What can you tell me about him?
Well, I'm pretty sure Matt was gay when he was 8 years old. Sometimes, you know, something in the back of your mind. When he dressed up as Dolly Parton for Halloween for the 3rd time. He really worked at it too. I mean, he got better each time he did it. He always was very serious about acting. He played the little brother in Uptown. When he turned 18, he called me in the middle of the night and he said, "Well, Mom, I've got something to tell you." And my first reaction was, "Well, what took you so long?" He said, "How did you know?" I said, "It's a mom thing."
Judy, you know we met with McKinney this time?
Yes. It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say now. When Dennis and I made the recommendation to the judge to take the death penalty off the table for Aaron McKinney, well, we did that because we just didn't think that taking away another son was going to fix anything. And we didn't think that Matt would want that either. But it wasn't entirely altruistic. We knew that if we took the death penalty off the table, we wouldn't have to deal with McKinney again. No appeals, no nothing, just gone. And we didn't think Matt's brother, Logan, would want that either. He would just be gone. So when McKinney showed up on 2020, we thought, this is exactly what we didn't want. Here he is saying whatever he wants, whether it's the truth or not. Changing his story.
The changing of the story seems to have really taken hold in there.
Yes. I hear the hate in people's voice. They robbed him. How could you say it was a hate crime? I hear people quote the 2020 story to me still. Someone else. I've learned so much about people. What they choose to believe, if it makes them feel better, how they interpret things to make their own being better, to fit their own image of themselves.
I so vividly remember seeing you at the trials, and now I see this woman and they don't seem like the same person.
Yes. I'm angrier now than I was then. Because it's still happening. Sorry. Dennis said it best. 10 years of change, no progress. Meaning that, yes, at the human level, at the grassroots level, but legislatively, legally, nothing has changed. The hate crime legislation hasn't passed on the federal level. The Defense of Marriage Act is still there. Don't Ask, Don't Tell is still there. We just can't make it to the top. And here I am, at the 10-year mark, still fighting. And I had to adapt, so I can keep doing this. Or the feeling would be that it would have all happened in vain. And I wasn't going to let that happen. Plus, just doing the work was my survival. It was how I coped with losing Matt. I could keep him with me all the time. And I was talking to someone and they said, "Judy, don't you think it's time to let go? Don't you think you're keeping Matt alive by doing this?" And I said, "Of course, I'm keeping Matt alive by doing this. That is the point. That is exactly the point." saying the same wonderful stories to my friends. And they don't say, Judy, you said that same story yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that. I can just keep telling it.
On October 28, 2010, just a few months after that interview with Judy, President Barack Obama signed the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act into law. 2 months after that, on December 22, 2010, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed. Company member Andy Harris.